Hello guys, this is blue background. No, this is new Reddit story.
You just passed away and allowed to be reborn, but not as a human. What do you want to be? Reborn as a tree, a journey beyond the human realm. It's strange. You wake up, but you're not alive. Not in the way you used to be, anyway. The first thing you notice is the stillness, the silence. No heartbeat, no breath, no thoughts swirling through your mind, trying to make sense of the chaos that was your life. Instead, there's just nothing, or maybe everything, in a strange, encompassing way. A feeling of eternal peace that stretches out beyond comprehension. Welcome, a voice says, though it doesn't sound like anything you've ever heard before. It's not in your ears, not in your head. It simply is. It hums in the air around you, vibrating through the very fabric of your being. You've passed. You are no longer among the living, but you are not gone. You have a choice. At first, you don't understand. A choice? You just died, didn't you? Your mind tries to grasp the concept, but it's like trying to hold water in your hands. The confusion hits, a cold wave, but then it subsides, and the voice continues. You may return to life, it says, but not as you were. You may take a different form. Choose wisely. The path of rebirth is one of infinite possibilities, and I offer you this chance to be reborn. Yet, not as human. You process the word slowly, a lingering fog over your thoughts. Not as human? Why not? The first instinct is to resist, to demand answers. The second instinct is to grieve. You're not going to be human again, but then something inside you stirs. You think back to your life, the things you hated, the things you loved, the regrets, the joys, the memories. Were they worth it? Were they enough? And so, you think about what you would really want if you were granted a fresh start, a blank slate. To be human again feels safe, familiar. But is that what you need? Maybe there's something else out there, something more freeing, something different. I choose. You say, the words leaving your soul before your mind can catch up. The voice that surrounds you hums again, and you can feel a shift. You feel as if you're falling, but you don't know where you're falling to. You don't know if you're even falling at all. When the feeling subsides, you open your eyes, or you think you do. Except it's not like it used to be. You don't have eyes. You can't see. You can't feel your body, not in the way you used to. But somehow, you know you're there, and you know you've chosen your form. You have become a tree. You don't remember the exact moment it happened, but you feel it now. Your roots deep within the soil, stretching far beneath you. Your branches rise into the sky, ever-reaching, stretching toward the sun. The wind brushes against your leaves, and every gust seems to whisper ancient secrets, secrets of the earth, the sky, the stars. It's like nothing you've ever experienced. You can feel the seasons changing in a way you never understood before. Feel the slow passage of time, each year rolling over into the next with a kind of quiet certainty. The cycle of life, the birth of new leaves, the fall of old ones, the blossoms of spring, and the quiet dormancy of winter. It all becomes so clear to you now. For the first time, you realize just how interconnected everything is. The insects that crawl up your trunk, the animals that rest beneath your shade, the birds that perch upon your branches, they are all part of you. You can feel their presence, understand their needs, their fears. And you, in turn, provide for them, offering shade, shelter, and sustenance. But it's more than that. There's a profound sense of patience in being a tree. You understand the concept of time in a way that transcends human comprehension. You don't rush. There's no need for hurry. You simply are. You grow, you breathe, you stand, and you endure. The winds change, the seasons shift, but through it all, you remain rooted, unshaken. At first, it feels strange to not have a human form. You miss the ability to move, to think in the way you used to. But that longing fades quickly. It's replaced by something deeper. There's no anxiety here, no need to chase after things. It's just you and the earth, the sky, the stars, and the world moving in ways you can't entirely understand, but you feel at peace with it. As the years pass, you begin to notice the changes in the world around you. The land shifts. New plants grow near you, and others wither away. You watch as animals come and go, each one carrying a piece of the world with them. The humans, those beings you once were, are no longer as frequent in the forest, but they still come, passing by, occasionally pausing to admire your beauty, or maybe even to sit beneath your shade for a while. You wonder, sometimes, what they think of you. Do they know the depth of time that runs through you? Do they understand the history that your roots hold? There are moments when you feel as though you're part of something larger than yourself. You've become a part of the earth, a piece of the ancient landscape. Your being stretches back through centuries, standing as a witness to all the changes that have come and gone. You don't question it anymore. You just are. One day, as the wind whispers through your leaves, you realize something that makes you feel a deep, warm sense of contentment. You were human once, but now, you are something greater. You are a part of the earth, a keeper of time. Your existence is not just about surviving, but about giving, sharing, and becoming one with the world around you. And for the first time, you understand that this form, this life, is exactly what you needed all along. The question wasn't what you wanted to be. It was about embracing something greater, something far beyond your former existence. And you're at peace with that. As the years go by in your new form, you begin to understand the subtle rhythms of life in ways you never could as a human. You don't just exist, you participate in a vast, interconnected web of life. The ants that scurry around your roots are as much a part of you as the birds that sing atop your highest branches. The rain that falls and nourishes you is a gift, and the sunlight that filters through the canopy of leaves above you is a daily reminder of the simple, yet profound joy of being. You start to recognize the cycles of the world in a way that was impossible when you were human. Every leaf that grows, every flower that blooms, every branch that reaches for the sky, each is a tiny act of creation, of becoming. And in the fall, when your leaves turn brilliant shades of red and gold, you feel a deep satisfaction. You've lived through another season, another cycle, and you've helped nurture the world around you. But there are challenges, of course. Not everything is perfect. The wind can be harsh, and storms can shake you to your core. At times, you felt your branches snap or your leaves torn away. The cold winters are harsh, and the weight of snow can be overwhelming. But even in those moments, you don't despair. You bend with the wind, you endure the storm, and you trust that the seasons will pass, just as they always have. Time moves forward, and eventually, the spring will come, bringing new life and new possibilities. And then, one day, something happens that you never expected. A group of humans arrives. They come often now, more frequently than they used to. They take pictures of you, admire your strength and beauty, and sometimes they sit under your shade to rest. But on this particular day, one of them stays longer. A young girl, no more than 7 or 8, seems to have a special connection with you. She runs her fingers gently along your bark, whispers something you can't quite understand, and then sits beneath your branches, her legs tucked under her as she watches the world go by. As you feel her presence, you realize something incredible. You can feel her emotions, her joy, her sadness, her wonder. She talks to you, sometimes asking questions, sometimes simply telling you about her day, her hopes, and her dreams. There's a soft, quiet bond that forms between you, and you find yourself waiting for her visits, looking forward to the moments when she comes to spend time with you. Through her eyes, you begin to understand more about the human experience, the need for connection, the desire to be seen, the search for meaning in a world that can often feel chaotic. You begin to see the beauty in their lives, in their struggles, and in their fleeting moments of joy. And for the first time, you feel a deep, unconditional love for them. But as time passes, the seasons shift again, and the girl grows older. She visits you less frequently, and eventually, she no longer comes at all. You don't know where she's gone or why she stopped coming, but you understand. You know that her life is changing, that she is becoming something more, just as you did when you were reborn. You hope that she carries a little bit of the peace and wisdom that you've shared with her, and that she'll find her way, just as you found yours. As the years stretch on, you realize something important. You may not be human anymore, but you are alive, in the truest sense of the word. You are a part of the world, and the world is a part of you. And that connection, that deep bond with all things, is more meaningful than anything you could have ever imagined when you were human. One day, as the sun sets behind you, casting long shadows over the land, you feel something shift once again. It's a strange sensation, almost like a call, a beckoning from the stars themselves. The voice that you heard when you first passed away comes to you again, gentle and calm. You have lived a long life in this form, it says. Your time as a tree is coming to a close, but your journey is not yet finished. You may choose again. What would you like to be now? The question lingers in the air, but this time, you don't have to think. You found your answer long ago. The gift of being reborn is not about finding the perfect form. It's about embracing the endless possibilities that life offers, no matter what shape it takes. I am content, you say quietly, feeling a sense of calm that you never thought possible. I am part of the earth, the sky, the stars. I have learned what it means to be connected, to grow, to give. I don't need to choose again. The voice is silent for a moment, and then you feel the warmth of the sun one last time. The wind rustles your leaves, and the stars above seem to twinkle in a way that feels like a cosmic acknowledgement. In that moment, you understand. There's no need to be anything more than what you are. The journey isn't about what form you take, but about how deeply you experience life and how fully you live it, in whatever shape you find yourself. You have lived, you have loved, and you have become part of something far greater than yourself. And in that, you have found your peace. The world continues on, and you continue with it, part of the eternal cycle, always giving, always growing. And for the first time, you truly understand what it means to be alive.